I wasn't your ordinary child. There was something very, very special about me, but I ended up getting sold to rich parents for $1 million.
What? You're just casually dropping the fact that your parents bought you. Like, that's not weird. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be illegal to buy and sell babies. Like, very, very illegal. Nope, not on the My Storytime animated channel. We got people selling babies by the boatload.
Nice rack and her ass Brazilian. Just turned 21, but my bank's a million. Swear I'm a little drunk, but it's a hell of a feeling. Got so damn high that I'm touching the ceiling, yeah.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. If you are, it's about to get even better, because I found this My Storytime animated today called I Was Sold to Rich Parents for $1 million, and I just knew that I had to watch it because how can I not? Somebody getting sold to people on My Story animated just sounds like something right up my alley. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into it.
Growing up as an orphan was so hard. At school, believe it or not, a ton of kids would tease me, saying my parents never loved me.
Wow, kids are horrible? Who would have thought? I love how she's trying to like tell normal people that, you know, you guys probably don't expect this, but people can be real stinkers. Yeah, trust me, everybody who's gone to public school knows what it's like to just get relentlessly beat on by every other kid. Or maybe that's just me, I don't know. But yeah, I can believe that a bunch of kids were mean to you about being an orphan, because kids are just mean.
When I told Mrs. Harrison about this, she was furious, and she said not to listen to those bullies. Of course my parents loved me. They just had their own reasons for leaving me.
What is this animation supposed to tell kids, bro? The adult is like, yeah, your parents gave you up for adoption so you could have a better life, so don't let that bug you. And they're just animating some fingers throwing this little girl into the trash. Ugh! Blech, disgusting. What is this, a child? No, we don't like those around here. Get that out of here.
I asked Mrs. Harrison about my real parents one day. Why did they abandon me here? I asked her. Mrs. Harrison looked uncomfortable. Well, Charlotte, I'm not too sure why.
What? Yeah, how is this lady supposed to know? No wonder she was being weird about it, dude. Like a little kid's, why my mommy leave me? I don't know. I'm not your mommy, kid. I really don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I believe that this lady was uncomfortable when you put her on the spot like that.
Opposite to the orphanage lived this sweet and kind lady, and we called her Aunt Connie. She lived on her own, but there were plenty of times when she visited our orphanage and brought us gifts. She was so generous, and I absolutely adored her.
Yeah, I loved her. She brought me gifts and was really good looking. Nothing else actually mattered. Only the fact that grandma was hot and bought me presents. Like, dude, this is supposed to be a good story, but it's really this girl being like, look, I was an orphan. It was real sad. Some rich lady came along. I'm materialistic. I love stuff. It works out. This isn't like a heartwarming story. This is you being a gold digger on grandma.
After a while, Aunt Connie found me. Where have you been? She asked, slightly panicked. We've been looking for you everywhere. This man is painting a portrait of me, I said. As I spoke, I moved to look at Aunt Connie, but suddenly the artist raised his hand and pointed to the right again, and I hurried to return to the same pose as last time.
What does any of this have to do with anything? This is supposed to be a story about how you were sold to rich parents for $1 million, and now you're having a Titanic moment where it's like, paint me like one of your French girls. Dude, this random dude in a park is just painting people he doesn't know, and he's yelling at you for moving. Okay, that's bizarre, I guess, but who cares? Literally nobody cares.
My parents were Mrs. Harrison and Aunt Connie. They were the ones who had loved me and cared for me growing up. But then, Mrs. Harrison told me something that completely shocked me. One day she came into my bedroom and told me she had something important to say.
You suck. She just told me straight up. I'm gonna be honest, I've spent a lot of time with you. I've been with you since you were a little kid, and you just suck. That's the plot twist I want. I want a My Story animated where like it's the parent, you know, they've been abandoned, and it comes in, and instead of like some sweet, nice reveal about adoption, they're just like, you blow, like you just suck. Everyone hates being around you. Now that is a plot twist.
Your parents have come forward, she told me. I couldn't believe it. Mrs. Harrison told me a couple had come forward and confessed I was their daughter. I was so shocked. Why would they come back after all this time?
Who knows, man? Who knows? That's just the way the ball bounces sometimes. I feel like if you're old enough to be almost an adult, you probably have some say in this, right? Like, I don't know, I'm not an orphan, but I'm guessing if your parents just come out of nowhere when you're 16, you can probably be like, nah, I'm good. I would assume so. I guess you're still a minor, but like, look at how sad she looked. No, they're not my rich ones. I want rich parents.
The fame. Why else? They were just using me. You see, after I discovered my newfound fame, I reached out to De Angralio. He actually ended up giving me hundreds of thousands of dollars, as he said that was my share of the profit from his sales.
So she's rich now. So she's a rich orphan because some random dude in a park painted her. And now that she's rich and famous for being in a painting from a random dude in the park, her parents come back to claim her to get all the money because she's a rich, famous girl from the painting, and she gets cuts of money every month. So the guy is just selling a painting of her every month? Wouldn't it just be like one chunk of money if it was just one piece of art? I have so many questions. This makes no sense.
The parents arrived, and they were all over me, all lovey-dovey, but I was still hesitant. I actually remember thinking when I first saw them that I didn't think they really looked like me.
Yeah, that's true. They weren't rich grandma or rich art guy. They pulled up in a Ferrari, bro. They probably don't need your money. I'ma keep it a buck. Your dad came up in the whip. I highly doubt that he really needs your art money. Maybe he just recognized you and was like, oh crap, that's my daughter. I'm in a better place than I used to be. I love how she just assumes her parents are using him from the fame and the money. Like, if they already have a Ferrari, they probably don't need your money, right?
Sure, we all had the same dark hair, but our faces were really different. I didn't worry over it too much, though. We missed you so much, they cried when they saw me.
Yeah, those losers cried when they saw me. Oh, whatever. I'm your daughter you gave up for adoption and thought you were gonna never see again. Why are you being so emotional? Loser, I'm the rich one. I was in a painting.
I had a million questions to ask them. Please, can you just tell me, why did you leave me? We had no money, said my mom. We really wished we could have kept you. You have no idea, but we knew this life was better for you.
I mean, why is this so angry? Like, why is she so mad about this? I feel like that's a pretty solid reason. Yeah, they have a Ferrari. They might be capping, but like, maybe they didn't always have it. I don't know. I feel like this is a pretty logical explanation. She's like, no, I'm not having any of it. Quit being so logical, Mom. What do you think I do? Listen to people who say things that make sense?
And we were right, weren't we? You're rich now. You're famous. I thought that was a strange thing to say, but I admit, my heart welled up to think that maybe, finally, I would have a proper family.
Huh? Do you want the family to walk in? We don't care who you are, but then you would be mad that they weren't proud of you. It's just, I don't know, dude. You seem very hard to please. You seem like you would be very, very difficult to be friends with because everything would make you mad all the time.
I was kind of suspicious too. What sort of work did they mean? It seemed kind of shady to me. And plus, they were always asking me about my money. They wanted to know how much I had. They even wanted to know my bank details.
Just coming to get your kid just because he's rich. Like, these parents are like, look, yeah, we had you. We didn't really want to keep you around. We got the bands now, but let us get more off you. Like, what type of Darth Vader evil villain is willing to steal money from their own kid that they gave up for adoption, convince them that they're coming home with them just to steal their money? Like, this has to be Darth Vader level evil people. It just has to be.
Before I knew it, they had organized a car to take me to my new parents. I was so terrified. I didn't want to live with two strangers. Right then, I wanted Aunt Connie and Mrs. Harrison, and I wanted to be back at the orphanage with my friends.
She's rich. What do you mean? You're apparently a millionaire. Go buy a house next to Aunt Connie. Like, I'm so confused. Is there not, like, you're an orphan and suddenly you're worth $40 million. They're just like, too bad, so sad, you have to stay in the orphanage even if you have money to not be here? That just seems weird. Rich orphans deserve rights. That's just how it should be. Anyways, guys, I think that's gonna do it for the video. I'm really confused. This story still doesn't make any sense. Regardless, don't sell your kids to people for $1 million, and using your kids for money is wrong. As always, a very strong moral here on the channel. If you enjoyed, please be sure to press the like button. Let me know in the comments section down below if you enjoyed the video. If you didn't, go ahead and comment the word rich down below if you would buy a baby for $1 million. I personally will be commenting that. That's a joke, by the way. I plan on having kids the right way without paying for them, because that's weird. Regardless, like I said, subscribe, turn on notifications. I post videos like this every single day. Check out the OG Sub Club merch and the Haha merch, both of which will be down below in the description. Twitter is @scrubby_69. Instagram's just @scrubby. And yeah, don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.